Game 2 of the Independent Classic. Wings versus the Southside Steel. And Wings are going to be in the red, and the Steel are in the white with black and red trim. And here we go. Steel are going to send it all the way down for the game's first whistle, as that'll be icing. Draw goes down to the behind the net as the Steel have it. He's going to speed it up the boards. And now into the neutral zone, they swat it and bring it into the wing zone. Moline, back of the net, sends that around as that goes off the ref, and into the neutral zone, the Steel have it. As Robinson's trying to poke away at it, applying some good back checking. And they turn it over, and there's a shot out front, and saved by their goalie. And now play resumes along the far boards as the Steel have it. And Stelmacher takes it at the blue line. Poke back into our zone. Stelmacher gets it back, and he shoots it up just a little bit too far for Robinson. And now the Steel. They are offsides. Draw comes into the neutral zone, and now the Wings dump it down. As the Steel has it in their zone, and they send it up. And Kine sends it over, and now the Steel have it into the high slot, and that's broken up. And Sandifer comes away with it as he sends it down. The Steel play it along the boards. Horowitz sends it back down behind the net. And the Wings into the slot and sends it back to Kime, and Kime is going to shoot. And a save by the Steel goalie. Good opportunity for the Wings. Draw, the Steel are able to knock it down, and it goes all the way down where Stelmacher has it. Stelmacher plays it around the back of the net, and he's going to send it up into the neutral zone. And now the Steel at the red line bring it into the wing zone as they dump it down around the back of our net. And the Wings, Owelling across the blue line. He's going to bring it in, and that's just off his stick as he tries to pull the trigger. Owelling back around the back of the net, and that's Downs. Downs has it. And into the slot, he shoots, and high off the goalie, it hits the back net for a whistle. net, and here's a shot, and that's a pad save by the Steel goalie. And now back to Moline. Moline to his point man, and he sends that down to Robinson, and Jacobson behind the net. Comes out, and now the Steel have it. And good stick by Borowitz, and to break that up. And now the Steel have it at the neutral zone. And now they come away with it. And it looks like they both went down into the near corner there. And centering pass up to the high slot, and the Steel shoot and wide of the net. And now that comes free, and now Borowitz has it, and he sends that up to Jacobson. Jacobson dumps that down. And broken up down on the near boards. And centering pass is through the slot, and now the Steel. And Jacobson holds the zone, and he's going to skate it in, and he gets taken off the puck. And another centering pass is broken up. Moline sends it in, and there's a shot, and a save by the goalie. And now the puck comes around the near boards, and Moline has it again. And Moline looking to put a move on him, and he shoots, and that's deflected. And now it's fired out to the point, and Borowitz tries to hold it, but the Steel knock it back down. And Moline gets there and has it. And Moline sends it up to Sandifer. Sandifer brings it in. And he puts a toe drag on, and he's going to shoot, and a backhanded attempt is no good. And now he has it again around the back of the net. And comes out Stelmacher, who Stelmacher sends it down into the corner, back to Sandifer, into the slot, and the Steel are waiting right there for it. And they come out with it. And that's dumped down into the near corner. And now the wings. Sandifer brings it in, and he hits the brakes and dumps it around the corner. And Shardy has it. Shardy around the back of our net, and now the Steel. And another good stick, and he's shoved into the boards, and we got a penalty coming up. Roughing will be called on the Steel, and we have an injured Wings player. Refs are discussing of what they're going to do here. They might give him a 5 for that hit. Right now it's 2 minutes on the board, but they're going to have a little discussion. Call was cross-checking, so it will be 2 minutes. Here we go. Into the slot and through, and nobody there, and now the Steel will send it down. And Jacobson picks it up at center ice, and he's going to motor in, and he's going to shoot, and that's off the side of the net. And now the Steel try to clear it, and they do. And now the wings, Owelling across the blue line. He brings it in and he sends it over, and that gets poked away. And now the steal. And Borowitz gets a stick on it to break up a possible breakaway. And now he has it around the near boards. And Borowitz is going to carry it up. He sends it up to Jacobson. And Borowitz has it. And he brings it in. And a pass and a shot. And it's a goal. Power play goal for the Wings. Looks like Jacobson is on the board for the Wings as it's 1-0. Moline plays it off the boards and it heads down. No icing as the Steel pick it up around the back of their net. And that's sent all the way down. No icing.
Number 15, Jacobson. The assist goes to number 12, Felix Johnson.
Stelmacher has it after the draw, and that's off a skate. And the Steel are able to dump it down. And Moline around the back of the net. And he comes and sends it up to Sandifer, or Downs. And now that's sent up to Sandifer as he tries to get it back. And Shardy knocks it into the zone. The Wings are going to go chase after it. Downs and Sandifer applying some pressure on their skater. And now back to Stelmacher, and Stelmacher sends that around the net. And now around the corner, and Shardy out front, and that's poked away by their defenseman. And now another incoming shot, and the Steel player was right there as they gained possession. And that's sent all the way down for icing as it was waved off. It's early yet, I haven't had coffee. Alright. Moline sends it up to Sandifer across the blue line, and he's going to center it for Shardy, and that's poked away. And Shardy plays it around the glass to the other side as the Steel pick it up down to the near corner. Sent into the neutral zone. And now dumped back down as the Wings are going to change. And they turn it over, and Julian Robinson comes away with it for the Wings. He has it, centering pass into the slot, and a big save by the Steel goalie. He was right there to gobble that one up. That was a nice save for the Steel goalie. And the Wings come away with it. They get another shot, and it's bouncing around in the crease, and now comes free to the near corner. And now the Steel have it, and off the skate, but now it's knocked back into the neutral zone. And now Jacobson, or Johnson, Felix Johnson has it. And he centers it out front to Robinson, and that's broken up. And now the Steel try to get it out of the zone, and that's sent back down out front, and a shot and a goal for Johnson. Felix Johnson was right there all alone. And he buries it for the Wings to make it a 2-0 lead. the steal. They're going to bring it in, and that goes through the slot as Brennan stuck his leg out to make the save. And now the Wings, Moline, up to Shardy at center. And Shardy sends that over to Downs just off of his stick as it's down in the near corner, and Downs gets it. And Sandifer knocks it back down to Downsy. As they fight for it in back of the net, and now it's pushed over to the far corner and sent back to the point. And Horowitz centering pass is through the slot and down to the near corner. Shardy out front, and he shoots, and a save by the Steel goalie. Draw goes back to around the back of the net, and the steal, and that's up, taken away by Owelling. Owelling shoots and he scores. Owelling for a goal for the Wings. It's 3-0. And Johnson comes away with it after the draw, and that's down to Jacobson and broken up at the blue line, but held by Owelling. And now the Steel get it back and are able to knock it down into our zone. Stelmacher is pushed onto the ice in back of our net and knocked around. And now we got a race for the puck. It looks like Jacobson centers it, but nobody home. And Felix Johnson shoots, and it's out front, and now it's sent back to Owelling. He centers it, and that's broken up, and another shot attempt. And looks like their skater made a nice save for the Steel as the goalie was down. Steel come away with it after the draw, and they dump it down.
That's one check there, guys! Nobody dumping the puck if nobody chases it! Jeez!
Alright, if you caught that. Some parents giving a little extra advice from the stands. Icing was called there, and face-off draw is taken away by the Wings. And now it's sent back down into the near corner. Horowitz plays it off the boards up to Shardy, and now it's back around the boards. And Horowitz, off the glass, goes back to their point, and now back down into the corner. That's sent up, and trying to put a move on, and now it's broken up. As the Steel are going to get it back. Nope, it's held by Downs. Downs has got Sandifer with him, who he passes it to, and he's taken off the puck. And Sandifer loses a stick and tries to kick it out front, and now the Steel. And that was through the slot, but nobody was there. And that's off the skate, and now it crosses the blue line. And there's a tripping. Tripping is coming up on the steel. So the Wings will go back on the power play. Wings win the draw, comes back to the point to Moline. Moline sends it out front. Rebound attempt is taken away, and now back to Stelmacher. Stelmacher shoots it in, and that's tipped and goes through the crease to the near boards. Now back to Stelmacher. Stelmacher to Moline. And now it comes out. And now Stelmacher is able to hold it in the neutral zone, and that's sent across as Robinson goes chasing after it. Robinson dumps it down into the near corner as the puck goes around the net. And now back to the far corner. The Steel have it. And there's a pass, and you can pull the trigger as there's a Steel player right there, and they're able to dump it all the way down. And that's the buzzer for the end of period number 1. Jacobson, Johnson, and Olwelling on the board for the Wings to make it 3-0. All right, back for period 2. There's a minute 13 left on the Wings power play. Olwelling has it in our zone, and he sends it up to Sanford. And now it's sent down into the Steel zone as they have it, and the puck comes around the slot, and a shot, and oh, the goalie stuck his glove out and makes a huge save for them as they made a mistake in their own zone. It could have costed the Steel big time there. And play resumes down in the far corner as the Steel dump it around the boards. They play it off the boards, and now it comes out to the neutral zone and sent back down by Shardy. Stelmacher has it in the neutral zone as he crosses in with it. And he leaves it for Sandifer, and that's poked away. And now the Steel have a 2-on-1 opportunity, and they bring it in, and a big save by Carter Brennan as the power play expires for the Wings. And now Sandifer brings it in, and he shoots, and the Steel goalie flashes the leather to make the save. That puck comes out of the back. And Moline dumps it up, and now Jacobson. And that's sent just off of Felix's stick, and now back in the neutral zone. And held by Borowitz as he knocks it up. And Jacobson has it, and Jacobson's going to shoot, and just wide of the net. Now back to the point, and now the Steel. The Steel bring it in. And a big save by Carter Brennan, sticks his glove out and makes the glove save for the Wings. And the puck comes around the back of our net, and Johnson sends that up. Puck is at the blue line, and the Wings gain possession as he's taken down. Johnson taken down at the center line. And good poke away by Jacobson as that goes in, and the Steel goalie makes the save. Off to the side and held by Owelling and knocked down to the corner, and there's a shot off the side of the net. And now back to Owelling. Owelling sends it in on net, and it's out front, and the Steel have it. The Steel are on the back of their net as he hits the brakes and switches directions. And now that's sent all the way down, and they're waving icing off. Steel at center, and now that's dumped down. And now the Wings have it. Sandifer tries to get by him, and he does, but the puck is just off of his stick as they played around the near boards. And now the Steel enter our zone, and there's a pass too wide for his line mate. And now it's played back around the boards. The Steel has it. And that's broken up as Jacobson was right there. And Jacobson pokes it through, and he tries to get at it. He's still chasing after it. Good work by Jacobson to work for that puck as he's taken into the boards hard. And Stelmacher in the neutral zone breaks that up. And offsides is going to be called. Took Jacobson just a few extra seconds to get up from that hit behind the net. And the Wings were offsides. Borowitz sends that up and sent down. And now the Steel looking to get it out of our zone. They don't. Stelmacher's right there. Stelmacher's going to shoot, and a blocker saved by the steal. And now back around. Stelmacher goes in to make a play on the puck, and that's Johnson. Johnson around our net, and he sends that back to Borowitz, and Borowitz is going to shoot, and it's bouncing around out front. Good opportunity for a rebound as the puck went through the crease, and now back to Stelmacher. Stelmacher shoots, and that hits the side of the net. And now it's going to come back to the blue line as the Steel have it. And now Johnson sends it out to neutral. And the Steel looking to break out. And Borowitz knocks it back down. Battle at center, and the Steel come away with it, and now they bring it in, and the Steel shoots, and a pad save by Brennan, and the rebound's cleaned up by the Wings, and here they come. Borowitz at center, he's going to skate it in, and Borowitz, he's taken off the puck, he leaves in this crease, but couldn't get a stick on it. Robinson was there with him, but he couldn't get his full stick on. Puck is in front of the Wings bench as there's a battle ensuing, and the Wings come away with it and send it down. And now back to Stelmacher, and he knocks it down to Downs. Downsy has it. And Stelmacher brings it in, and that's broken up. Shardy. And now the Steel are able to knock it free, and now here come the Steel on a 2-on-1 potential, and a blocker save by Brennan, and the puck is out in the slot, and Brennan puts his glove on it for the Wings and makes the save. And we're gonna switch up goalies as Brennan's work for the day for the game is done. And Tkachuk is now our goalie with 8 minutes left in period number 2. And poked away by Jacobson. Jacobson brings it in. Centering pass is a little bit too much for Robinson to handle, and it goes down to the near boards. And that pass comes out front into the low slot, and there's a shot, and that goes wide. And now that goes back, and Kime shoots, and that's high over the net. Robinson working for it. Comes back to Moline. Moline sends it up. And the Steel have it around the back of their net, but that's broken up, and a centering pass is in the top of the crease, but taken away by the Steel as they look to gain our zone. And Kane takes that away. And now back to their point, incoming shot, and they score. Shot from the point from the Steel, and Tkachuk might have been screened on that one a little bit, might not have fully saw that one. So the Steel make it a 3-1 game. And they score! Man, I didn't see that one, but Felix Johnson got that one, and that had to have been a heck of a shot. He deked the Wings announcer out on that one. So the Wings answer right away after the steal goal. So 4-1 the Wings. And now the steal, have it, and poked away and broken up.
Scoring for the steal, number 19, Tristan Silverstein.
And now they dump it down around the near boards.
The steal ball broke with foul by one by the Wings. Scoring is number 12, Felix Johnson.
And that's out a low slot and taken away. And the Wings, Downsy sends that up, or that was Borowitz, he sent that up, and now they are able to knock it into our zone. Owelling back. And the Wings, and they send it up to the blue line, and icing is going to be called as the Wings were looking out for a full ice pass to try to catch the steal sleeping. Battle along the boards, and Shardy comes away with it. Shardy skates it into our zone and sends it down around the net. And that's held. And Shardy gets a stick on it. Down to Sandifer and back of the net. Now Downsy has it. Downsy plays that off the boards, and Moline, that's the point. Moline's going to send that up into traffic, and that's blocked. And now the steal. Have it, but that's just too far for him. As he didn't have a stick anyway, so it wouldn't have mattered. And that's played off the boards and right to the steal player, and Downsy has it now. He sends it up to Torin, Sandifer. Sandifer puts a move on, and he's going to bring it in. Backhanded attempt is a save by the Steele goalie. Now back to Moline. Moline is going to send it down into the corner to Downsy. Downsy back to Stelmacher. Stelmacher. He shoots, and it's off the goalie's glove down to the far corner where Shardy was waiting for it. Shardy plays that off the boards and broken up by Downsy. And now back out into the neutral zone as Stelmacher was there waiting for it. He sends it up to Shardy, but the Wings are offsides. Robinson sends it across, and there's a shot and a pad save. And the steal taken away by Kine, and he sends it in on net. And that's pushed to the far corner with the steal send it around. Johnson along the boards, and centering pass out front, and he couldn't get a shot off in time, and Kane has it, and backhanded shot, it's in the crease, and he shoots and he scores! And Jacobson got that one for the Wings. Puck goes around the back of our net to Kime. And he puts a move on and tries to get up. And Jacobson gets it back. Jacobson brings it into the zone. And that's held. And Kime shoots it in on net. And a pad save goes to the far corner. And another shot attempt as there's a bunch of traffic out there and some pushing and shoving begins. And now we got a little more pushing and shoving as we might get a penalty called here. And yes, we do. Kime will go to the box for the Wings, and we're going to have roughing called. One on the Steel and one on the Wings, so double minors are called. And sent back to Stelmacher, and that's broken up, and now in the neutral zone. And we got offsides. Wings win the draw. Stelmacher skates it down. And a pass and a big save by the Steel goalie as the one-timer was no good. Another nice save by the Steel goalie. Steel skate it down, and now it's off a stick and through the slot, and he could not pull the trigger as it bounced over his stick. And now Shardy for the Wings, he brings it in and he loses it off his stick. He gets it back to Stelmacher, and that hits a Steel player right in the shin pad. And now up to the neutral zone. Nice play by Stelmacher to break that up. And now puck goes back into the Wing zone, or the Steel zone, as they skated around the back of their net. And the Wings come away with it, and there's a shot, and it's out front, and they bury the rebound. As Robinson gets his own rebound out front and buries it for the Wings. Wings come away with it again as they enter the zone. Jacobson looks to shoot, and that goes through. Robinson sends it up, but it's broken up by a Steel player as they skate it down. And poked away by Borowitz, and now it comes up front, and Tkachuk makes the save. And Julian chases after it right now, a centering pass, but there's nobody there. He gets it right back again, and he scores! Robinson once again gets a shot off, and he's right there for his own rebound, and he scores.
Yeah, Julian.
And the Steel bring it in, and that goes off of Kachuk's glove. And Jacobson tries to get a stick on it. And that's offsides. We have 2.6 seconds left on the game clock in period number 2. Enough time for a draw here, and then the buzzer will sound. Alright, we're just going to let the 2 seconds run off. Must be running time. So goals by Johnson, Jacobson, and Robinson with 2. The Steel had 1 in the second period. It's a 7-1 game. Alright, start of period number 3. Downsy for the Wings. He brings it in. Downs is going to shoot. It's in the crease. And now that's knocked back into the neutral zone as Keim has it. Keim gets his pass broken up at center. And flipped across, and too much for his partner to handle as the puck goes into the near corner. And Downs hits the brakes and brings it around our net. And push back down. And that shot is off the side of the net as we have a whistle. And we are in running time. And the Steel have it, and they shoot, and that's off of Ohaleen, and he controls the puck and sends it around. And now that's poked out of the zone, out to the neutral zone. As they battle for it, and the Steel player is able to hang on to it. And that's slapped off the glass, and now it's going to go around the back of the net. And wrap around and try, as the Steel player was right there. That goes into the slot, and they're able to clear it to the boards. And now the Steel. The Steele enter the zone, and he leaves it for his line mate, and that pass goes around the back of the net. And Robinson sends that across, and Jacobson brings it in as the wings are changing. Jacobson has it, and he shoots, and that's off the side of the net. And that's sent out to the point where Moline is, and Moline's going to send that in, and that's a pad save. And here comes another shot, and another shot goes around the backside. Centering pass into the high slot is Allwelling, and that hits a Steele escape. And Allwelling gets it back and puts a move on. And there's a shot by Shardy, and the Steele goalie is right there and falls on it and makes the save. And puck goes on over to the far corner. Broken up. And Sandifer for the wings across the blue line. He still controls it and dumps it down into the near corner. And now around the boards, the Stelmacher plays it off the glass and sends it down. Where Shardy behind the net leaves it for Downsy, back to Shardy, and just not enough, and now the Steele are going to come out with it, and broken up by Borowitz, and now it goes back to Stelmacher, and now Downsy has it. Downsy off the glass, and sends it down, and Downsy brings it in, centering pass, and that's saved. Now back to the point, Robinson sends that in. And that hits a Steele player. And now back, and we have a whistle. As we have a trip called. And Robinson will go to the box for the wings for a trip. So the Steele will go on their first power play today. Incoming shot is through, and now the wings send it around. And sent all the way down. And Keim has it as he waits for his teammates to tag up. And now sent across and poked away by Moline as Moline gives chase down onto the far corner. Puck is now around the back of the net as the Steele still have it. Comes out, makes a shot, and Tkachuk is right there to hang on to it and make the save. As the wings are on the net, as they send it all the way down. Sandifer giving chase and sent back down into the neutral, and Allwelling is going to send it right back in. Downsy has it. It's out front in the slot, and that shot was a little bit wide. And Sandifer applying some more pressure down in the corner as Downsy's with them too. And now that comes out into center and sent back down. And the penalty is expired and the Wings are at full strength. And that shot is wide of the net. And poked away as Stelmacher loses a glove, and Sandifer sends that up to Shardy, and played back by the defenseman, and up to Torren, and that's broken away. And the steal will bring it in, and Shardy gets a stick on it to prevent that shot, and he gets another one on there, and Stelmacher trying to get it. Now it's sent back down and out front, and we have a penalty coming up. Another tripping is going to be called. Tripping on the steal. So the Wings back to the power play. Back-to-back tripping calls, one on each team. Downsy out front, and the Steel player was able to get a stick on it. Now out to center, Borowitz has it. As he's looking to send it up, and he does. Up to Sandifer. And over to Shardy. Shardy shoots, and that's around the net. And Downs fighting for it in the corner. And over to Moline. Moline has it. And he gets that poked away. And here comes the steal as the Wings are get back in time, and a shot, and Tkachuk is going to make that save. Good awareness by both Wings players to get back and prevent that, and Tkachuk makes an easy save as our kids get back in time. I got all tongue twisted. I need some more coffee. That's knocked down. Icing, and goalie's going to make the save, so the face-off will be in the Steel zone. And now that comes back and sent down. No icing as the penalty expires for the Steel. They are back on full strength. And incoming shot is wide, and another one as it bounces out in the low slot as the Steel get it back to their point man. And they're going to look to shoot, but that's too much traffic out front as the Wings come away with it. And Jacobson fans on the shot, but the Wings get it right back as he was tripped up right in front of the net, or right in front of the net, Keim was. And Jacobson gets it back. He sends it across to Robinson. Robinson looks for a pass and a shot in on net. And the Steel goalie covers up and makes the save. Sandifer up to Towns. Towns brings it in. Towns, backhand attempt. And I think that might have went in, or maybe not. Goalie makes the save. It did not go in. Get that broken up. And now they have it back, but they enter the zone offsides. Slot and poked, and Tkachuk got a piece of it, sent it down to the corner. And now along the near boards, Towns has it. Towns sends it up to Stelmacher. Stelmacher across to Sandifer. Sandifer brings it in. Sandifer, he's going to shoot. And a save by the Steel goalie. Now Johnson at the blue line is going to send that down. 1 minute left in this third period. And Stelmacher gets enough to send it back in to Sandifer, and Sandifer looks to shoot, and goalie makes the save. Puck comes back to Owelling. Owelling sends that down. And away, right out front, and Johnson was there, and the goalie makes the save. And now that's broken up. And that's going to do it. As the Wings are going to take game 2 of the Independent Classic by a score of 7-1 over the Southside Steel. Game 3 is coming up later this afternoon at 1:15 against the Dusty Tucks. As we let the kids refuel for some breakfast, and we'll be back this afternoon. Hopefully I'll have more coffee in me by then.